Nairobi politics is in turmoil, okay? And things will never be the same again, okay? Now, the Nairobi governor, Mike Sonko, in the latest reports, appears to have a problem with his deputy. Right from the beginning, we know that Deputy Governor Polycarp Igathe was imposed on Sonko, okay? It was not Sonko's choice. It was in fact the choice of State House. And so it is hardly surprising that we now receive reports that Igathe and Sonko, his boss, have a very icy relationship, okay? And in fact, what has happened is that State House seemed to have positioned Sonko to be a figurehead of a governor, yeah? He's just there, he's really a ceremonial governor, while all the work is being done by State House operatives, yeah? And Igathe is the appointment at the Nairobi County government. Of course, the government denies this. The government says that Nairobi being the capital of Kenya, but even with firm denials from State House, it is obvious. Even the appointments have come from State House. So what has happened is that an office which Mike Sonko fought so hard for, yeah, because you'll remember he received quite a lot of opposition. You'll remember that the powers that be were determined to ensure that Peter Kenneth is actually the governor. That was their chosen blue-eyed boy, yeah. But then they were forced by Sonko's popularity and Sonko's maneuvers to accept Sonko. But it seems in accepting Sonko, the deal was that they must have their own way in terms of ruling Nairobi County. And this is exactly what has happened. The fascinating thing here politically is that this has had a devastating effect on the popularity of Mike Sonko. Now I can reveal today the December 12th debacle was caused by the fact that the government fully relied on Mike Sonko to fill in Kasarani Stadium with his popular support. So in their long list of things to do for 12th of December, as far as attendance was concerned, that was a done deal, yeah? And according to my information, Mike Sonko himself believed it was a done deal. So what went wrong? In my view, this is a clear illustration that Mike Sonko is not as popular as he was on August 8th. That popularity has just vanished. Yeah? Now this is normal in politics. In the rough and tumble of politics, seasoned politicians will tell you that the popularity of any political candidate, doesn't matter who you are, is not permanent. Things happen. And what that means is that in the event that the petition against the election of Mike Sonko goes through, if that goes through, then Kenyans can expect a very different result from a by-election. Yeah, if a by-election actually takes place in Nairobi. And if you have any doubts, just refer to the 12th of December debacle. Poor Mike Sonko. Now he has had to go through a lot. And one of the things that has happened, if you have carefully observed, is that Mike Sonko has been forced to behave in a manner which is not Mike Sonko. Yeah, he has been forced to metamorphose into another character which is very strange, and it's not like Mike Sonko. Now Sonko built his popularity from being sincere, truthful, down to earth, you know, one of the guys, yeah? And, you know, it's not just about him coming to the aid of people with money troubles, yeah? It is just his whole personality as well. People just loved Sonko, yeah? Now Jubilee came in, and the first thing that changed was Mike Sonko's dressing, okay? He started dressing in suits, which by the way, he looks extremely uncomfortable in, okay? And then to make matters worse, instead of talking directly to the people from his heart, yeah, what his supporters really loved and always looked forward to, yeah, he started reading from prepared scripts, yeah? Prepared scripts from the Jubilee plan for Nairobi and the country at large. And the result has been, of course, very predictable, because his support has just vanished overnight. Yeah, the people on the ground can no longer recognize Mike Sonko. Who is this governor of Nairobi? We elected Mike Sonko, but this is not Mike Sonko. Yeah, that's what you hear people on the ground alluding to. And to make matters worse, even this reading from a script, which Sonko obviously is not used to, has not gone down well with Sonko. Yeah, he is not used to it. He trips up. His English becomes very broken. Yeah, it's just a mess. So at the end of the day, the Sonko statements don't come out the way they are supposed to come out, and the old Sonko does not come out. Yeah, so he's defeated from both fronts. Yeah, he gains nothing. He gains nothing from his old self, and he gains nothing from his new self. It is all a total disaster. Now, in my view, with the current situation, something has to give very soon. Okay, and it's not surprising that the whispers about the bad relationship between Sonko and his deputy governor is starting to come out. And I think, in my view, that is just the beginning. Now, it is okay to have a close friend, yeah, and Sonko believed that he was a very close friend to President Uhuru Kenyatta, yeah, and indeed they've been close for a long time. But close friendship and politics have never mixed well. To make sound political decisions, you have to keep your close friendships as far away as possible, yeah? And you have to chart your own selfish course. You have to chart your own course that will be beneficial to you. That's how politics works. But when other people rope you in with their agenda and their motives, yeah, however powerful they are, definitely things are bound to go badly for you. Yes, because those people in their agenda and in crafting their scripts will not even think about you as a politician or you and your support base. Yeah, all they'll want is to capitalize on your supposed support base. Yeah, and this is exactly what the government was hoping to do at Kasarani during the 12th December celebrations. Yeah, now Sonko received over close to 800,000 votes. Yeah. And so anybody doing some quick calculations, even if 10%, in fact not 10%, 10% would be about 80,000. Even if just 5% of his support base had turned up at Kasarani, yeah, and then you add the other dignitaries and the other people who had to be there for other reasons, then would have had a packed Kasarani stadium. But it didn't happen. Yeah, the plan just fell flat on its face. Now Sonko has already demonstrated that he's a fighter. But unfortunately, this particular political battle has the odds heavily against him surviving politically. It's really as simple as that. Until next time, this is Kshs Kumekucha.